Welcome back to Horror Stories Untold, where we bring you terrifying tales from the darkest corners of the imagination. Get ready to experience true fear as we unveil another haunting story that will send chills down your spine. The Asylum of the Damned. Have you ever wondered what true horror looks like? These words echo in the silence, piercing the veil of your comfort. This is not a tale of ghouls or spectres, no. Our journey takes us to the heart of an abyss most terrifying. The human mind, twisted and corrupted, a place where nightmares are birthed. Welcome to Blackwood Asylum, a forsaken monument to man's hubris and depravity, standing as a ghastly testament to the dark side of scientific curiosity. Here, our intrepid investigator, armed with nothing but courage and an insatiable thirst for the truth, embarks on a perilous quest. A quest to uncover the clandestine horrors that lurk within the shadows of this abandoned edifice. What awaits our investigator in the decrepit halls of Blackwood? What secrets does this silent monolith hold within its sinister embrace? What unholy abominations born out of twisted science and unhinged ambition lurk in the darkness? Our investigator, unaware of the horrifying reality awaiting, steps into the darkness of the Blackwood Asylum. The moment the door creaks open, a sense of dread fills the air. Our amateur investigator steps into the belly of the beast, the abandoned Blackwood Asylum. An oppressive silence hangs heavy, broken only by the echo of their own footsteps. Every corner, every shadow seems to hide a lurking terror. Suddenly a sound, an inhuman groan. From the darkness they emerge, grotesque figures, twisted and malformed. Not ghosts, but something far more horrifying. They are the remnants of the asylum's past, the victims of unfathomable experiments that stripped them of their humanity, leaving only monstrous shells. Our investigator freezes, the blood in their veins turning to ice, but there's no time for fear. The beings have sensed a presence, a living soul in their forsaken world. The chase is on. Through long-forgotten hallways and decaying wards, the investigator flees. The twisted beings are relentless, their ragged breaths a chilling symphony in the echoing asylum. Every turn is a gamble, every closed door a potential dead end. The once mighty institution now feels like an ever-shifting labyrinth, its walls closing in. As the investigator darts through a broken doorway, they find themselves in an old operating theatre. The air is thick with the stench of decay, the remnants of the asylum's dark history etched into every surface. The beings are close behind, their guttural growls growing louder, more desperate, but our investigator is not done yet. Summoning every ounce of courage, they sprint down a final corridor, the chilling echoes of their pursuers growing fainter with every stride. The darkness is all-consuming now, every light source a distant memory. But there's a door ahead, a glimmer of hope in the encroaching doom. With a last desperate push, they stumble upon the asylum's morgue, a haunting gallery of preserved specimens. The twisted figures falter, their pursuit halted by some unseen force. Our investigator is safe for now, surrounded by the silent witnesses of Blackwood Asylum's horrifying legacy. But as they look around at the macabre spectacle, they can't shake the feeling that the true horror is yet to be unveiled. A chilling silence falls over the morgue, as our investigator takes shelter in a vault. An icy shiver of realization sweeps over the investigator as they find themselves surrounded by the desiccated remains of countless victims. The air is thick with the stench of decay, a grim testament to the horrors that once unfolded here. Nestled amidst the remains, a faded journal catches the investigator's eye. Warily, they begin to leaf through the age-stained pages. Each entry, a chilling chronicle of the asylum's past, paints a vivid picture of a man driven to madness by his obsession. The journal belonged to the asylum's chief physician, a man once revered for his groundbreaking research. The entries start innocuously enough, filled with the excitement of new discoveries and the promise of scientific breakthroughs. But as the pages turn, the entries become increasingly erratic and disturbing. The physician, it seems, had been conducting experiments of an unspeakable nature. He had been pushing the boundaries of science, using the asylum's patients as his unwilling subjects. His notes reveal a man consumed by his pursuit of knowledge, his humanity slowly eroding away with each experiment. As the investigator delves deeper into the journal, they come across descriptions of grotesque procedures, of bodies mutilated and minds shattered, all in the name of progress. The entries culminate in a final confession, a chilling admission of the monstrous creatures now stalking the asylum's halls. The physician had created them, his twisted legacy living on in their inhuman forms. The gravity of the revelation weighs heavily on the investigator. The asylum wasn't haunted by spectral apparitions, but by the tangible results of a man's descent into madness. The abominations were not ghosts, but the byproducts of a twisted mind that had lost its moral compass in the relentless pursuit of knowledge. The vault door shudders. The abominations are drawing closer. The investigator is left with a haunting understanding of the true horror of Blackwood Asylum. It stands as a chilling reminder that some knowledge, some paths of discovery, are better left untravelled, lest we risk losing our own humanity. As the monstrous creatures breach the vault, the investigator faces the true horror of Blackwood Asylum. In the depths of the asylum, the investigator's heart pounds with trepidation, echoing through the chilling silence. The vault, once a sanctuary, now feels like a death trap. The metallic scent of fear hangs heavy in the air as the door buckles under the relentless onslaught of the grotesque creatures. These abominations, once human, are now unrecognizable, twisted and distorted by the perverse experiments of a man who lost his way. The investigator, fighting back the rising panic, sees the truth of the Blackwood Asylum. It's a place where the boundaries of science were not just pushed, but shattered, where humanity was willingly traded for forbidden knowledge. The journal, clutched in trembling hands, tells a tale of obsession, of a physician who sought to redefine the limits of the human body and mind. The chief physician, once a healer, became an architect of nightmares, transforming his patients into creatures of unimaginable horror. The creatures, their bodies warped and minds broken, are the living proof of the physician's madness. They are the legacy of a man who let his pursuit of knowledge consume him, who traded his moral compass for a chance to play God. As the door finally gives way, the investigator comes face to face with the monstrous creations. Their eyes, devoid of any human warmth, reflect the terrible price paid for the physician's hubris. They are the victims of a man who lost his humanity in his quest for knowledge, who birthed horrors that would haunt the asylum long after his demise. The investigator stands, frozen in the face of the abominations, understanding at last the true horror of Blackwood Asylum. It's a place haunted not by vengeful spirits, but by the twisted legacy of a man who dared to defy the natural order. It is not the ghosts that haunt this place, but the twisted legacy of those who let their pursuit of knowledge consume them. In the face of such horror, one might wonder, what is the price of knowledge? As we delve into the final chapter of our tale, we are left to grapple with the chilling reflections and haunting echoes of the Blackwood Asylum. The investigator, once driven by curiosity and a thirst for unearthing the unexplained, found himself ensnared in the twisted labyrinth of the asylum's past. The walls whispered tales of unspeakable acts, each more horrifying than the last, painting a grim portrait of human nature's darkest corners. The investigator's journey through the asylum, fraught with abominable creatures birthed from the depths of depravity, was not merely a fight for survival. It was a descent into the abyss of human cruelty and the terrifying lengths to which one might go in the name of knowledge. The desiccated remains, the grotesque specimens, the monstrous abominations, they were all testament to the asylum's chief physician's descent into madness, his obsession with pushing the boundaries of science without any regard for ethics or morality. But what of the investigator, you may ask? He was not merely a passive observer, a victim of the asylum's haunted history. No, he too was transformed by the horrors he witnessed. The asylum, with its decaying walls and ghostly inhabitants, served as a grotesque mirror, reflecting the investigator's own obsession with the unknown, his own thirst for knowledge. The asylum's chief physician and our investigator were not so different after all. Both were driven by a relentless pursuit of knowledge. Both were willing to venture into the unknown. But where the physician lost his humanity, the investigator found a chilling lesson. The monsters that roamed the asylum were not ghosts. They were the twisted legacy of a man who let his pursuit of knowledge consume him, who lost his moral compass in the process. And so the investigator emerged from the asylum, not triumphant, but humbled. He carried with him the haunting memory of the asylum, the chilling lesson it had imparted. His pursuit of the unknown had led him not to answers, but to more questions. What is the price of knowledge? At what point does our curiosity become our downfall? How far is too far in our quest for understanding? In the end, the true horror of Blackwood Asylum was not its monstrous inhabitants or its haunted hallways. It was the chilling reminder of the dangers of unchecked curiosity, of the potential for humanity to lose itself in the pursuit of knowledge. The asylum stands as a grim testament to the fact that some knowledge is indeed better left undiscovered. For what is the use of knowledge if it comes at the cost of our humanity? If it transforms us into monsters, devoid of empathy and compassion, consumed by our obsessions? The chilling lesson of Blackwood Asylum is a reminder to us all. Curiosity, untempered by morality, can lead us into the darkest corners of our own nature. Lest we too lose our souls in the pursuit of the unknown,